Yeah. So now you have opened your Revit, and this is what's showing on your screen. And now you're stuck, you don't know where to start. And you're wondering what is it you are seeing on the screen. I will be taking you through what you're seeing on the screen. This is what I am going to refer to as the launch screen. You have launched your software, and this is what on the screen. And first, I'm going to take you through the most vibrant thing you see here. What are these? What it says model. Okay. So here, this is where the recent files, the recent projects you were working on will show. So you have worked on your projects and you have closed them. So the recent projects you were working on will show here on this screen. So this is the recent files. So here, where it's saying models, this is where the recent projects you were working on will appear. And where it's saying families, this is where the recent families you were working on will appear. I'm sure if you have heard of the term families, not family as in your family, no, Revit families. So Revit families, the components of the project. They are basically the components of the project, those we put together to come up with our project. Those are what we call families. All right. Yes. Okay. Next. After this, I'm going to take you through this part. What is this part? That part. This is I am going to call this the project area. The projects area. On this part, this is where you can open the projects you were working on, or you have already worked on. You want to open them in Revit. This is where you go. So you click on open, then you search for your file in your drive. You search for your file in your drive there. Yes. So close that. Here what is saying new. On new, this is where you go to and start a new project. So you're saying new, then you get to select the project template. So there is the construction template, architecture template, structural template, mechanical template, and so forth. So on these templates, this is where you start. Don't start from scratch. Start from a template, you know. So this is where you are going to start on a template. Then you select your template, then you click OK, and you start your project. Same applies here. You want to open a family project. You go to open, you browse for your families. You want to, there you browse for your family, you open your doors there, whatever family component you want to open. On new, you start a new family project. There are these templates where you can start from, which are already there in Revit. We will look into more detail as we go forward on this. Yes. So next, I want to take you through the main software menu, or the software menu. So you click on that arrow, you'll see this screen here. So here where it's saying file, this is where the software menu is. So you click on file there, and you can see there on new, this is where we can start a new project, a new family project, a new conceptual mass, a new title block, annotation symbol. So on new, this is where we start a new project. On open, there, this is where you open a project which is already saved in your drive. So on save, this is where you save your project. Save as, this is where you save your project as an you might want to save it as another type of a project or with a different name. So this is where you come, you save as cloud model project, as family, as template, as library, and so forth. So that's where you go. And there is export. This is where you go if you want to export your project. You want to export your project as either as CAD formats. There with CAD formats, maybe you want to export and send your project to the sister software of Autodesk Revit, which is Autodesk AutoCAD. That's where you can go and click here and save your project as CAD formats. You can also save as PDF, DWF, and FBX if you want to export this project to a 3D modeling software like the Autodesk Maya, Autodesk 3ds Max, Blender, and other 3D softwares. This is where you can go and you can export as a family type. Yes, you have saved your project, now you want to save it as a family type. That's where you can go. And other switch at there. And on print, you want to print out PDFs, you want to print out on papers. That's where you can go. And close, and that is self-explanatory. You want to close the project. That's where you go. And we are done with the software menu. Now we move to the main tabs or the main menu. That is where everything is, right? That is where most of the things are. Okay, so we are there. Where we are now is here on architecture, and as you can see, it's displaying a ribbon of things here. So if you click on there, we are there on architecture tab. There is this ribbon which comes out with different components which are in the architectural tab. We have the wall component. There if we want to draw our walls. We have the door component, we want to place a door. We have the window component, we want to place a window. We have the component 2, we want to place components like we want to place chairs, we want to place different models, library models on our project. That's where we'll get them. Or we want to model a component. Here we have our columns. We want to put columns, roofs, ceilings, floor, curtain wall, and other things. We will look into this in detail as we start a project. Yes, so stay tuned to this channel as we are going to be doing a step-by-step project, introducing each and every tool and so that you guys can get to know how each and every tool work and how you are going to use this. Okay, next we move on to the structure tab. What's the structure tab? This is where we deal with the structure of the project. Yes, this is where we find the beam tools, structural walls, structural columns, structural floors, trusses, all those other things which are structural in the building. Then we have the steel. Yes, we want to deal with steel, the bolts, the welding, and all other stuff that relates to steel. This is where you find it. Then there is precast. You have your precast components of the project. This is where you go to. You want to split, you want to calculate reinforcements, to create reinforcements and assemble reinforcements. This is where you go. Then what else do we have? We have systems. And systems, these are mechanical. systems of the project. Want to the ducts, the plumbing, and all other different kinds of things which are there. Okay, then we go to the insert tab. What do the insert tab have? Okay, the insert tab, you have the links. This is where we have the Revit link. We want to link another project. This is a very, very interesting feature. We will see, we will look at it into detail as we move forward. We can link Revit files, you can link CAD files, so that you can edit a CAD file or a Revit file while it updates in this other file. It's very interesting. We'll look at it into more detail. So you can link PDF, you can link images, you can, and here you can manage your links. You want to remove them, you want to edit them, you want to change some things. So this is where you come. You want to unload, you want to reload, this is where you come. Then you want to load family, you want to load your libraries, your family libraries into the project. This is where you go. Then you load your families. You want to load them from Autodesk Cloud, you want to load as a group. So that's what's there on the insert tab. Next we move to the annotate tab. What's on the annotate tab? Now you have worked on your project, you have put all your walls, you've put your doors and stuff. Now you want to annotate, you want to put dimensions. This is where this is where everything is about annotation. You want to put your dimensions, you want to put your text, you want to put your tags, you want to put your spot elevation, you want to put your coordinates, you want to put your slope, you want to add a fill region, you want to add a detail line, you want to add symbols, all those things. This is where you find them. So you will see if as we move forward. Then there is analyze. This is where you have to analyze the project, see how to behave in the loads and all different kind of things. So we will be looking into it in more detail. So there is massing and site. What is massing and site? So here, this is where you have the massing tools and site tools. You want to model your site plan. This is where you come. So you have your topo surface. This is the topography surface. You can create that for your site and put all those contour lines and everything. Then you can put your site components. You can add the vegetation, you can add grass, you can add different kinds of things from the site component. Then there is the parking component. You can add a parking component on your site. You have modeled your site, now you want to add a parking component. There is building pad. Now you want to put a building pad on your site. Yes, that's where you get it. Now there's a split surface. You have your surface, you want to split it into different parts. This is where you get the split tool. There is a merge surface. You want to merge different topo surfaces. This is where you get the merge, to merge them and join them into one. And there is a sub-region. Now you want to add a sub-region with a different texture from the main topo surface. This is where you get to it's not splitting as such, but it's creating a sub-region on the same topo surface. Then you add a sub-region which you can assign a different texture. Then there are properties there and created regions. We will look into this in more detail. So this is the site, and here this is where you have your massing tools. You want to create a mass. This is where you create an in-place mass. You create it inside your project, that mass. Yes. Then we have a place mass. Place mass. This is where you get to load a mass from the family. From the families, then you load your mass. Yes. Then you can create a curtain wall from a mass. after you've created a mask, you can make it into a curtain wall. Maybe you want a curtain wall which is waving like that, all those crazy designs. This is where you get to do it. You want a roof, maybe you've created a mask which is curving like that. Now you want to make it into a roof. You want to make it into a wall. You want to make it into a floor. This is where you get all that. Okay. Interesting, right? Now we move on to collaborate. Collaborate. This is where you are collaborating with your workmates. Autodesk Revit has that feature where you can do teamwork and all that. Then we have the view. On the view, this is where you get all your views. Your views, you want to set your views. 3D view, section view, elevation views, plan views. There is the user interface. This is where you control your display. This is where you get to control your display. You want to manage the settings of your display there. Yes. You want, and all those other things. Okay, let's move on to manage. Manage, this is where you get your settings, right? You want to manage your Revit. You are managing your software. So you want to, here we have the materials. You want to edit your materials, material settings, and your snapping, your additional settings. This is where you get to do that. Then there are add-ins. Add-ins, this is where you get to add in stuff. Yeah, this is okay. You don't have to worry much about this for now. We'll look at it. Alright, as a beginner, you don't have to worry much. Then there is the modify. This is where you get your modify tools. What are modify tools? These are the tools which we use to modify whatever we are working on. Alright, so there is the properties, there is the paste. Here where it's saying paste, that is a copy and paste thing. So you can copy the stuff, then now you want to paste. You can click there and select how you want to paste your copied items. Then there we have the cut, we have copy, we have match properties. You can match properties of different items there, and that's an interesting feature in Revit 22. Then we have our notch, cut, join, split, offset, align, move, copy, rotate, trim, cut, and all other different. Create similar, create a group, create instance, scale. This is where we have all those tools. We will look at this into more detail as we create something, while you see me demonstrating how you'll be using these tools. Alright, now that's it for the main tab. We are done with the main tab. Then there is the quick access. There is the quick access. This here, this is where you have your quick access. What do we have there? There we have our open. There you can click there and open a project. You can click there and save. You can click there and synchronize your sync. You can click there and you undo. Maybe you've made a mistake. You can click there and undo, or you can click there and redo. You can click there to print. You can click there to measure. You can click there to put dimensions, to put text, to view your 3D, and there to view your section and stuff. So you can add things here on this. You can add things on your quick access, like we go there. Then we have this wall. We want to add it on quick access so that you can quickly access that wall. So you right click there and add to quick access, and as you can see, the wall is now added on quick access there. we have your wall added on quick access. So yeah, that's it guys, that's it for today's video, and let's meet again as we move on with this step-by-step beginner guide to Autodesk Revit. Autodesk Revit is an interesting software guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until we meet again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. So until we meet again, I say farewell guys, and my name is Coastal Rocks, and this is Rocks